I'm Margaret Hobbs. I'm the Learning Resource Teacher at Port Weller School. I'm here to talk a little bit about D2L. I first saw D2L at the LRT workshop, I think it was back in October, and I was really interested in the program itself because I could see a lot of potential for things that I could do with the students that I work with. So I thought I could use D2L with different groups of students, both for working with them in the classroom as well as sending extra work home. I often have parents asking how they can support at home. So I've set up students according to class as well as need, and when they log on to D2L, they are only able to see what I've set up for that particular student. So after the workshop in October, I had Rob come in and show me how to set up D2L and add students to it. And then I was also able to learn how to add different programs, different links, YouTube videos, things like that into each student's profile. It didn't take too long to learn how to do it. Having Rob sit with me was huge because I had somebody one-on-one with me to work and set things up for the kids. Once you get going on D2L, it's really easy to get things set up, to post things for students. Students are able to log in and log out quite easily, and there are so many uses and applications within the LRT role. It's almost endless. So I can use this in a lot of different ways. First of all, I use it with a homeschool connection. So as parents ask me what they can do to support students at home, I send home information about D2L as well as logons, and this is one way parents can work with students at home without having to do the flashcards and things like that, because the one comment I often get is they don't have time, despite the fact that they want to work with them at home. Another way that I work with students with this is if I'm doing a BAS assessment in my room, I can do the BAS assessment and tape it with the portfolio while I have students who are also in my room working on school-specific activities that I've set up in D2L. Also, as I'm supporting within a classroom, I can see what activities the classroom teacher is using. An example would be something in math, and I can add those links to each child's portfolio within D2L. We also have the learning carousels that the students can go to as well. That can also be very specific to their learning that they're doing that day. So D2L allows me to differentiate for individual students. I can add posts specifically for a student that only that student would see. For example, I've got up here Jolly Phonics, and that's being used with a grade 2 student who is still struggling with letter sounds. Compared to another student where I have a higher level reading posted, or even you can differentiate with the math. And when I have it set up so that students only see what it is I have set up for them. So they're not going to see what other students in their class might see. They're not going to see what other grades are going to see. It is very specific and very differentiated just for each student. So one of the things I am most excited about with D2L is the portfolio aspect of it. In portfolio, you can videotape and actually videotape what the child is doing. So whether it is a math activity or they are reading, it allows you to see exactly the student's thinking and be able to go back and look at what exactly they were thinking at that time as they were doing the activity. I've used it with students as I'm doing a BAS assessment. I used it with this particular student as he was trying to figure out perimeter the one day. The other nice thing about portfolio as well is you can add teacher feedback to it, so I can add some extra notes into it to explain maybe if something didn't come out very clearly in the video. You can share it with other staff members, so the homeroom teacher. If you needed to share with parents, you could do that. It could come to an in-school team if perhaps not everybody at team really knew the student and you needed to get more information out there about the student. it also gives you a sort of a running record of what you're doing with the student at the time.